The man, the myth, the legend. He's NBA champ. Warriors Insider sometimes does a really cool thing on the NBA with Quentin Richardson where they do a little broadcast during games. Yeah, Q Rich and D-Wright, man, they're pretty good. Checked out a couple of those games. D-Wright back. And let me start with this, D-Wright, as we say good morning to you. And we'll get to DeLon playing the chase yesterday. How good does it feel that the Eagles lost that Super Bowl?
Oh, man, it felt great. Being a Cowboys fan, that felt great.
It felt awesome. As a Niner fan, it felt great. We celebrated all day yesterday, so I'm glad we're on the same page there. Let's start with your brother, though. As the Warriors, we'll get to the Warriors and what's going on with them in the trade and Wiseman or whatnot going to Detroit. How cool was it seeing DeLon yesterday at Chase Center? Did you attend the game? I know your kids were there, Mia was there, but did you go to the game last night?
I was upset because I had to work Hooper Vision yesterday, so while I was working Hooper Vision, I was watching it on the big screen, so I was able to, peek up a little bit while he was playing. But no, I didn't get a chance to see him play, man. So he had a good showing, so I was happy about that.
Yeah, 2 steals, 4 rebounds, 10 points, hit a couple threes. He was active, getting into passing lanes. We always loved DeLon. I always wanted to be a Warrior, Shasky. I want DeLon to be a Warrior. He does a little bit of everything. He'll fit this system. I'm not just saying that just to say it.
I'm 100% with you.
There you go. Get him to the Dubs, D, right? All right, speaking of Dubs, I'm not feeling the vibes right now, man. Even though they won yesterday, they gave up 39 points in the first quarter.
It's a vibe?
It hasn't been a good vibe.
So it's no change.
Yeah, it's no change. Yeah, I don't know about that one. Just what have you seen from the Warriors, especially the last 2-3 weeks?
Man, just a lot of up and down. I get it because this is a veteran team. These are guys with a lot of experience. Won a championship last year, so I think the biggest thing is just closing games and finishing quarters. Something they had been really good at last year. Last year they were really dominant in that third quarter, coming out of halftime, and really, either erased deficits or took the lead up to 10 to 15 and kind of, ended that game. So I think they just got to get back to being a better defensive team, holding each other accountable with their matchups and going out there and shutting guys down. I think they let guys get a little too comfortable on other teams. Like even last night, 2 guys with 30 points. So they got to do a better job with taking that challenge on that one-on-one, assignment.
You hear a lot of people, they just got to get to the All-Star break. Just get to the All-Star break.
Mm-hmm.
Are we overrating that little break? Because it's not the halfway point. It's like, I don't know, the 3/4 point.
60 games in.
Yeah, 2/3 point. So is that, from a player's perspective, is that underrated, overrated, or much needed?
No, it's much needed. Have an opportunity to be in the league for a long time and, to travel, just competing, the nagging injuries, and just, being a day in the life, day to day of an NBA player. So you definitely need that break. Now the break is a little bit longer, give guys a lot more opportunity to rest and get away, decompress from the game. So when you're struggling, that All-Star break can't come any faster. So you get to kind of regroup and just get away from the game. So it's definitely much needed.
Dorell Wright here on the Morning Roast on 95.7 The Game, one of our favorites. Klay Thompson. I mean, I don't think it gets talked about enough. His comeback, the way he went through those 2 gruesome leg injuries, wiping out 2 seasons of his prime, his NBA career. Now he's coming off his best month of his possibly of his career in January, averaging over 27 a game and shooting 45% from 3. And you see him last night with 27, 10, and 21. Klay's comeback to where he's at now may not be the same defensive player, but offensively, he's still as lethal. Very impressive the season Klay Thompson's having, especially since the calendar flipped to 2023.
Man, Klay Thompson's been playing some great basketball. That jumper is locked in. He's locked in. It's exciting to see. And you know how it is, fellas. They only talk about you when you playing poorly. But when you doing the things that Klay Thompson is doing, everything is cricket. So I just don't understand, give him his love and his praise because what he went through, most guys aren't coming back from.
Yeah.
We've seen it. Besides Klay Thompson, the only other person that's came back from a Achilles injury and looked like himself or even better is Kevin Durant. You know, so Clay is doing what he's supposed to be doing. You know, that's the luxury of having somebody like Andrew Wiggins now to take those tough assignments. So he could be on the third or fourth best offensive player. And there's nothing wrong with that. You know, things like that happen. That's why you go get guys like Andrew Wiggins. But Klay Thompson been playing some great basketball. I'm happy for him. He looks like he's happy out there. He don't look like he's pressing like he did in the beginning of the year, just trying to get those 2 years back. So he looks comfortable. And, man, I'm telling you, man, I still think this team can get scary once they get in those playoffs, even though they are struggling.
Why do you think it didn't work out with James Wiseman here?
I think it's just the fit. You know, everything is about fit. You know, I've been on multiple teams, and sometimes it just don't fit. You know, the style of play, you know, a lot of threes. I think James Wiseman was more of an offensive player in the post, and, you know, the Warriors just really don't do that. We haven't seen anybody like that. You see guys like a Looney, JaVale McGee, those type of guys who play in the dunker area, probably don't get as many touches. So if you're a guy that always want to touch the ball and post up, it's going to be kind of frustrating for you in this type of offense. So that's why Looney works so well for this team, because he's going to do the dirty work. He understands he might get a few touches, he's going to get some putbacks. So it's just part of the role. So I wouldn't say it's anything other than fit.
Dorell right here on the Morning Rush on 95.7 The Game. Before we get you out of here, just looking at the league, because you're doing Hooper Vision with Q Rich. On the NBA app, you can download this bad boy. Whatever games you guys are doing, let us know what games you're doing later in the week. Yeah, I think you guys are really good. It's really fun to hear some of the stories of your playing career. But you're watching the entire league, and we've seen all this movement here. KD going to Phoenix, Kyrie going to Dallas, the Lakers making moves, Clippers, Nuggets, you name it. What's the scariest team to you right now? Is it KD and the Suns? Is that your favorite coming out of the West? What do you think about everything that's happened in the trade deadline of the league overall?
Yeah, I really like what Phoenix did. To be honest with you, I think Phoenix really, really upgraded their team. The fact they were able to keep Devin Booker and Ayton and Chris Paul, you know, that says a lot. Then you add a guy like Kevin Durant. I know a lot of people think, you know, getting rid of those young assets, Bridges and Cam Johnson, but, you know, you go get a guy like Kevin Durant who could fill it up from anywhere, who, you know, have championship experience, who could mesh with any superstar in this league. So it's going to be super exciting to see them. And when he's back on the court, I like all the moves that everybody did. I feel like Suns won it. And I think the second team is the Warriors. I know all the stuff that's going on with GP, but hopefully, you know, he can get back on the court. But I still got the Warriors when it comes down to it. If they have to face any of those guys, winning the West. That's just my opinion.
Wow. So you still got the Warriors. We're doom and gloom this morning, D-Wright. Maybe we need you, Tim Legler. We're doom and gloom, man. We just don't know. It's been a weird season.
Yeah, it's weird. It happens. You know, it's hard when you win a championship to come back and be dominant, you know. Everybody has that target on their back. I mean, you know, they marked that game. We got to beat the champ. So
yeah,
a 7-game series, the Warriors going to be hard to beat.
Wow. Hooper Vision. What game you got next, man? What game were you doing last night? What game do you have next?
Last night we did the Lakers versus Blazers, and we had an opportunity to see Dame Dollar go crazy.
Yeah, he did.
Thought Dame was going to go for Clay's record. You know, he was on pace with those 8 threes. It didn't happen, but he put a show on for us. And our next game is after All-Star break. So we got Brooklyn and Minnesota Friday, March 10th.
All right. When you back on with us at NBC, the people want to ask about you, man. When you coming back to the Gatehouse?
I'll be back on. I think I'm back soon. I was supposed to be there yesterday, but, you know, it was a conflict. But I got to check my schedule, man. But I'll be back soon. I think I'm on a lot more next month.
Let's go.
So, you know, I got to send the suits to the dry cleaners and get ready.
We got to hit the gym too, D-Wright. We got to hit the gym.
Definitely got to do that.
All right, D-Wright, man. Always good catching up with you, man. Good to see DeLon last night as well, playing well with the Wizards. D-Wright, take care, man. We'll check you out on Hooper Vision after the break. And see you soon over there at NBC.
Yes, sir. See you guys soon. Appreciate it.
Anytime, Dorell right here on the Morning Roast on 95.7 The Game.